Such a pleasure to see all of you here today. They say a great lie starts with a great dream. And if you want the great dream to come true, they say you got to wake up. And it was in 1973, a young boy was being fed by his father in a small town called Colagol Fields during the lunchtime. We did not have a canteen or a cafeteria. We were sitting under the sun, and the father was feeding the son. And when the boy looked around, he seen all his mothers, his friends' mothers feeding them. And once the lunch was completed, his father put both those plates into a pillowcase and whispered to the son, "What a glorious tomorrow." And he walked back to his workplace, putting morsels of food in his mouth because he didn't have time to have lunch. And that day, and that boy is me. "39 years later, I stand on stage because I want to dedicate this to my dad. And me and my siblings have put together what I would call an unputdownable novel. It took us only 2,000 hours, multiple continents in this world, people from London, UK, Europe. I went personally because it's a passion for me. Then fast forward, 2006, we were in Detroit in my sister's house on a family reunion. A cold, wintry Christmas Eve. It was snowing. We were all hustled and huddled near the fireplace when I told myself, time has come. I have to tell my family. So I said, how about writing a book on Dad and our journey of life? They laughed at me. They thought something has gone wrong with this guy. All of a sudden, out from the blue, here is a person who says, let's write a book. But you know something? Passion doesn't die. Determination, desire was in my bloodstream because I've inherited from a very, very poor man, but very rich in willpower. I said, we will do it. And I will not leave any stone unturned on this planet Earth. I will do it for him. And thus our journey began. We used to meet almost every month. And you know what, that secret? We relived every moment of our childhood. We must have broken down a number of times. But every time we met was a closure in life. And that's how, inch by inch, clinch by clinch, we started our journey. What is so special? Everybody's gone through struggle. Everybody's gone through poverty. Everybody's gone through humiliation. Right? But how many would have the courage, or the desire, or the dedication to say, the bounty which we have received from the world, can we give it back? We said we will. In the last few days, I've been talking to a lot of journalists, thanks to Mr. Vaz, Gabriel Vaz. One of them asked me, how would you achieve success where this book is concerned? What do you mean by success for this book? Is it going to be numbers? Or it's going to be a launch because you're doing it in Bangalore, you're going to do it in London, you're going to do it in Detroit? I said, if one person who reads this book comes back to me and tells me I have benefited from this book, then we have accomplished our mission. 13 chapters, starting with a chapter like what our Toastmaster spoke about my father. The struggle, the humiliation, being put down by your very own. But he decided He gathered the courage, the bits and pieces of his life, and he said, I will lead my children to the promised land. And today, we can see the summit in sight when the book is getting launched. The summit is now visible. The chapters which follow starts with a young boy leaving home at 15 years of age, travels 4,000 kilometers just to support the family to make two ends meet. Followed by the girl who grows up at 13 years and takes over the family and nurtures the family. The third, this brilliant one, but he didn't have money to pay his school fees. But there were some people who came forward. The fourth, she gave up a career to go back and to take care of dad. Very few people do it in the world today. Daddy, mommy, I love you. I'll send you money. Get a nurse for yourself. But I can't come, daddy. I can't come, mommy. But she gave up a career. Fourth, worked in the gold mines, 4,200 feet below, almost lost his life. But in the process, a lot of people died, mutilated bodies. He managed to save many lives in the gold mines. And the fifth, started poor from nowhere, registered in CCF in school to get the benefit to make two ends meet for the family, and finds himself in Detroit, USA. And then the last, plunges into business, achieves success, success gets into his head, loses all his money, and then rises from the ashes. That's me. From misery to hope, mediocrity to distinction, from the magnificent cradle of love, we gathered courage in the sifting dunes. We braved the journey, and today we live to tell the tale in this book which we are launching today. Because we have got so much of bounty out in life, in what we have learned, because we told ourselves, it's not what you create for yourself, but what you give or what you leave behind is finally what defines you in life. So if there's one takeaway if you want to take from this book, my dear friends, there's only one punchline. Success grows from the root, never from the fruit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Claudius.